Gladiator II hits theaters this Thanksgiving. It's been 24 years since the original box office smash and critical darling Gladiator thoroughly entertained us. Ridley Scott is back, Connie Nielsen is back, and Russell Crowe is, well yeah, he's not, but he leaves behind some mighty big footprints to fill. Taking up that challenge will be franchise newcomers Denzel Washington, Paul Mescal, and Pedro Pascal, and this stellar popcorn bucket. I don't know whether to wear it or put popcorn in it, so I'll probably do both. Gladiator II enters the arena on November 22nd. Here's everything you need to know before you go.
I remember that day. I never forgot it.
To properly get hyped for the new Gladiator film, we need to go back to the old days. Remember the year 2000, when the first Gladiator film was released upon the masses? Yes, so roughly 1800 years before that is when the film takes place. It's about 180 AD, and Russell Crowe's Maximus Decimus Meridius is a fierce warrior in battle, a loving husband and father at home, loyal to Emperor Marcus Aurelius, and his life is about to be turned upside down. Yada yada yada. That feels weird to do it for that story, but he ends up a slave turned gladiator who can only win his freedom back through victory in the arena. Luckily for him, he's pretty good at this combat stuff. Man to man, weapon to weapon, man to tiger, the dude's got a skill set. He ultimately serves justice to the evil Commodus, played by Joaquin Phoenix, but is mortally wounded in the process and earns a one-way ticket to the next life, where his wife and son are waiting for him. It's not the happiest of endings, but given the brutality that was his everyday existence, it's good enough. Gladiator dropped nationwide on May 5th, 2000, and we came out of our Y2K bunkers en masse to witness its glory. The film would open at number 1, go on to gross over $460 million worldwide, and earn a certified fresh 79% on the tomato meter. As big as a hit as it was with critics, audiences loved it even more, and it's currently sporting an 87% on the popcorn meter. The following year at the Academy Awards, Gladiator showed up with a beefy 12 nominations and took home 5 Oscars, including Best Picture and Best Actor to Russell Crowe.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
What's the story of Gladiator? So if the original one is an all-time great film that echoes in eternity, how can you possibly do it justice with a sequel, especially without Russell Crowe and Joaquin Phoenix? Never doubt Ridley Scott. Dude is a lifer when it comes to big screen storytelling, and for every miss he's had, he also has home runs like Alien, Blade Runner, and American Gangster on his resume. And he's coming off of directing recent historical epics like The Last Duel and Napoleon. Although it's been a quarter century since Gladiator, he has been kicking around various ideas for his sequel ever since. Some of them got a little out there. In 2006, a sequel was pitched that would have shown a reincarnated Maximus traveling through time, participating in the historical religious crusades, and eventually World War II. Obviously, that's not what we're getting. What we did settle on is a story that centers around Lucius, the grandson of Marcus Aurelius. He's seen as a boy in the first film, but he's all grown up here and played by the red-hot Paul Mescal. And for what we've seen in the trailers, he seems to have been handed the same, bargain as Maximus. Win your freedom through gladiating in the arena or die trying. Pedro Pascal plays Marcus Acacius, a general who has really drawn the ire of Lucius. I guess you got beef with him, but word to the wise, Lucius. Pascal played skilled combatant Oberyn Martell, the prince known as the Red Viper in Game of Thrones. So if you step in the center ring at the Coliseum against that dude, you might want to bring a mountain with you. Joining Paul and Pedro as fresh blood into the gladiator world is two-time Oscar winner Denzel Washington. He plays Macrinus, a higher-up with the Roman brass, who recruits Lucius to his roster of gladiators. Rounding out the new additions are Fred Hechinger and Joseph Quinn, who play the twin emperors of Rome, and they look a little too wet behind the ears for that title, right? Reprising their roles from the first film are Connie Nielsen as Lucilla, again, mama to Lucius, daughter to Marcus Aurelius, and a major factor in the original movie's storyline. We also get Derek Jacobi back as the Senator Gracchus. So what can we hope to see in Gladiator II? Well, the stage is set, the crowd is ready, the gladiators are about to be unleashed, and what I'm hoping to see from this, one of the most highly anticipated sequels of the year, is first and foremost, it's called Gladiator II. So give me that intense, close quarters combat so synonymous with that time period. Promo footage has already teased some amazing battle sequences within the arena walls that include frenetic swordplay, wild animals, and even flooding the Coliseum floor. What? Well, look, they had a version of indoor plumbing back then, so maybe it's possible. And to be honest, any logistical concern I had about how to actually make a giant pool of water in that pit went away once I saw the first shark fin. Gladiators fighting on ships, floating on saltwater lakes filled with vicious man-eating sharks? Sign this guy up. Aside from the heavy action, I also hope to see some connective tissue between this and the iconic first film. Does the legend of Maximus still resonate with this version of Rome? Or will the ghost of Commodus influence the higher-ups towards another nefarious plot? What we can bank on for sure is award-worthy performances from one of the most stellar casts that Ridley Scott has ever had. And this from the guy that did Black Hawk Down, Thelma and Louise, and the first Gladiator, so that's saying something. Look, whether you're a revered emperor or a gladiator facing a giant rhino, you need a strategy. So when it comes to movie going, be prepared. Me, I'm loading up a big bucket of popcorn, or helmet of popcorn as the case may be. I might toss some M&Ms in there and wash it down with a giant soda. All I want is for this flick to be a worthy successor to one of the most celebrated and oft-quoted films of this millennium. You manage to do that, and I'll give you the old Roman Emperor thumbs up. Is that where Siskel and Ebert got this from? I don't know. Gladiator II opens nationwide on November 22nd, so head to Fandango and grab your tickets right now. I'm Mark Ellis, and now you know before you go. Comment below and let us know what you're hoping to see from Gladiator II. And after you see the flick, be sure to rate and review it at RottenTomatoes.com.